What's the angriest you've ever seen a senior enlisted get? Master Sergeant Davidson was the kind of NCO who never raised his voice. 22 years in the Army, 2 Purple Hearts, Bronze Star with V device, calm under pressure, fair but firm, respected by everyone from privates to colonels. I'd never seen him lose his cool until the day Private Marcus decided to steal from the care packages meant for wounded soldiers. We were at a forward operating base in Iraq, 2006. Families back home sent packages for troops in the hospital. Cookies, magazines, toiletries, letters from kids, small comforts that meant everything when you're bleeding in a foreign country. Marcus had been skimming items for weeks, taking the good stuff before packages reached the medical tent. Fancy snacks, expensive toiletries, gift cards hidden in greeting cards. Nobody suspected him because he volunteered to sort the packages. Always eager to help, always first to volunteer for extra duty. Perfect cover for a thief. The breaking point came when Marcus stole a package specifically addressed to Sergeant Wilson, who'd lost both legs to an IED 3 days earlier. Wilson's 8-year-old daughter had sent homemade cookies and a drawing of Daddy coming home. Marcus ate the cookies and threw away the drawing. Master Sergeant Davidson found the crumpled artwork in Marcus's footlocker during a random inspection. The kid's crayon drawing of her father walking again, stick figure legs replaced with hearts. That's when 22 years of military discipline cracked. Davidson didn't yell, he did something worse. His voice dropped to a whisper that somehow carried across the entire tent. Every conversation stopped. Everyone turned to watch. "You worthless piece of garbage," he said, each word measured and precise. "You stole from a man who gave his legs for this country. You threw away his daughter's love letter like it was trash." Marcus tried to stammer an excuse. Davidson cut him off with a look that could melt steel. "You will march your sorry ass to that medical tent right now. You will confess to Sergeant Wilson what you did. You will apologize to a double amputee for stealing his daughter's cookies." Marcus's face went white. "Master Sergeant, please, I can't." "You can and you will, because if you don't, I'm going to make your life so miserable that you'll beg for a court-martial just to escape me." The threat was delivered in that same deadly whisper, but everyone in that tent felt the volcanic rage beneath it. Marcus broke down crying, confessed to stealing dozens of packages over months, admitted to selling some items to local contractors for cash. Davidson marched him to the medical tent personally, made him confess to every wounded soldier he'd stolen from, watched as grown men who'd survived combat looked at Marcus with disgust. Sergeant Wilson, despite missing both legs, tried to stand up from his wheelchair to punch Marcus. Other wounded soldiers had to hold him back. "My baby drew me that picture," Wilson said through tears. "She spent hours on it, and you threw it away like garbage." Marcus got court-martialed, sentenced to 6 months in military prison, reduction in rank, forfeiture of pay, and bad conduct discharge. But Davidson wasn't finished. He spent his own money to buy replacement items for every package Marcus had stolen, contacted families to request new drawings, new letters, new tokens of love. When Wilson's daughter heard what happened, she made 50 new drawings. 1 for her daddy, 49 for other wounded soldiers. Each one signed "From America's Daughter." Davidson framed every single drawing, hung them in the medical tent where recovering soldiers could see them daily. The incident changed how we handled care packages. New procedures, multiple witnesses, sealed containers, but more importantly, it showed us what real leadership looked like. I served under Davidson for 2 more years. Never saw him lose his temper again. Didn't need to. Every soldier in that unit knew exactly where his line was drawn. The story spread throughout the entire brigade. Marcus became infamous, but Davidson became legendary. The NCO who protected wounded soldiers like they were his own children. Years later, I ran into Sergeant Wilson at a VA hospital. He was walking on prosthetic legs, working as a counselor for other amputees. His daughter's original drawing, carefully restored, hung framed on his office wall. "Master Sergeant Davidson saved that drawing," Wilson told me. "Had it professionally restored after Marcus crumpled it up. Best NCO I ever served under. That's the angriest I ever saw a senior enlisted get. Not screaming rage, but cold fury focused like a laser beam. The kind of anger that moves mountains and changes lives."